your team is actually slow roasting with this project, and I love it. Start by talking to us a bit about the rollout for Sankofa and how you guys have been doing it and why.
Well, yeah, we wanted this to, we call it slow roasting. Is that what you call
Yep, slow roasting the project out, right?
it? I love that. Yeah, because I think this day and age, everything is so quick, microwave, microwave popcorn. So I'm like, I wanted to get back to the how I would receive music when I came through, when was coming
Right,
up, which was, you worked the project, you were exposed to the artists, the creatives that you like, and over a period of time. Not, it wasn't just, flash in the pan, you're gone. It wasn't just, 4 or 5 or 6 songs like an EP, which is cool,
right,
but it was more of a journey, which is what I wanted, which is what this Sankofa is. It's more of a journey. You got a lot of different styles, a lot of different genres. I can't.
right.
It's tough for me to stick with one genre like that. So I mean,
I got you.
I have inflections of other things. But it's all the black music that our ancestors created. And I'm a part of that. So I just, it's like I can't help but to, you know, have a flash of, a little bit of rock and roll, or some
Hmm.
dance, or reggae, or calypso, or hip hop. It's
Right,
impossible for me to, it's all in me, because these are the things that I grew
right.
up. So Sankofa, meaning go back and get it, literally,
Yeah,
means to me also is to remember where you came from. And these are all the things I came from and through.
right. I love
And
it.
so slow roasting the project, as you say, I wanted to give people a chance to see these different facets of me. You're used to seeing uh, things that I've presented thus far, which was through Mint Condition,
Right.
and through a lot of the amazing mid tempos and ballads that we created. But that group was much more than that. If you got into it, you were so musical, and we kicked in
Right.
so many genres as well. So I'm continuing that path on my own, and just bigger, deep, and broader, just as an individual. And yeah,
Hmm.
just like you say, slow roasting. So I mean, she had so many elements to it. Just kind of modern R&B, really
Yeah.
percussive, very
Right.
musical, and just kind of flirted in the line of a lot of different things. And then for Vibrant, I created something that I wasn't hearing, something that I missed, dynamic,
Hmm.
that 90s vibe, that fun
Yep. Yep.
vibe. I used to yeah, I used to roller skate. So I mean, it's like I missed something. Who was
Me
skating
too.
video? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I wanted to do that, and which is more, like I said, like a 90s vibe, and then also kind of an 80s vibe, which with Cascade, with the bonfire.
Yep.
And yeah, so that smoky flavor, and wanted to create a different visual for that, something kind of like a movie-esque, if you will. So
Yeah.
just having fun with it, man, and just really having a good time, and just wanted to roll it out, and we'll see what happens with this next the next adventure. While we're,
Right.
and this is just in the meantime, inside of this whole COVID situation. In the meantime, till we can all be inside of a room together, or congregate in a large area, and celebrate
Hmm.
life, music, and these vibrations. So that's where it all comes from.
I love it. I love the like I said, the slow roasting with each single being a little bit different, but on the same realms of what the project represents. It's just
Right.
dope. I love seeing that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Then
think
Thank
you
you.
told us
Tishelle.
last year while doing press for Soul Train that Sankofa is an amazing piece of art, and we
Yeah.
concur. So with
Yeah.
sounds of the 80s, the 90s, and beyond being included in this, what and this being your solo second effort, what is it that is the inspiration behind this album, and what is it that you decided to put into this differently?
The inspiration behind it is my life, my upbringing, my experiences. That's what that means. Go back and get it. Sankofa literally means that. And for me, like I was just saying earlier, it's my experience of what I came through, what I came from, the different genres I grew up. I used to play in a bunch of different bands. Different things that I basically all the branches of the tree are for black music. And I
Yeah.
celebrate that. I celebrate all of it. And it's vast, wide, it's deep, it's broad, and I'm just, I think the ancestors definitely speaking through me.
Right.
And it's been an amazing journey thus far. I just wanting to share that. And inside this COVID moment where everybody's having a tough time, where life has stopped, and we've never seen this before. We've never
Right.
experienced this before. I mean, we're inside of this thing, man, and it's tough. A lot of us are having a rough time. We see a lot of people dying, people hurting emotionally. Jobs have stopped. Some things are trickling back, but we've never seen this, so we don't know how to act. It's really,
Exactly.
So my job right now is to elevate through vibrations, get into your molecular structure, and try to change things a little bit. And yeah, it's this is what I'm hoping to accomplish is just to let the music do its job, let it heal you. I call myself the sonic healer, so let it work through you, work through your moment. Not to uh not feel what's happening, because I think sometimes you got to sit inside the funk,
Yeah.
Get out of it so you can understand where it is you need to go. So all these concepts and all these thoughts in my head really, Sankofa speaks to that. And just trying to forge a new path with myself, trying to challenge myself, and bringing the fans along with me and people who don't know who the hell I am.
Sure.
Just hopefully it inspires you. So yeah.
Real good. It definitely flows. And same with the whole theme of the album. Going
Oh,
to
good.
going to the actual album artwork, because they sent that. The album
Oh,
artwork
good.
and the insert photos, Tell us about that, those shots, because I know where one of the insert photos came from, but just talk to us about that whole inspiration behind the artwork.
Oh, you know where one of them came from? I don't know which one
Uh-huh.
it is. Yeah. I'm not sure. You have to tell me which one that is.
The way you're
But yeah,
jumping
I
up
mean,
it's different visuals on one shot.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, first of all, I like to have fun. I'm a real visual cat. I'm very energetic, and just trying to show that vibrant, that dynamic side. Again, these many different facets, so it speaks to the many different sides that you can see, a reflective side, a side that's more entertaining and energetic, a side that's more thoughtful. And yeah, I mean, I just speaks to, it's just different facets, wanting to show that. And I think it brings life to what you hear. It puts a picture
Mm-hmm.
with it.
Yeah.
I think of it, it's all of a piece. So you have this piece where, album of songs, you can be, you can have that for a lifetime. And then you have some pictures to go with it. And then that last piece is which we can't get right now, which is to bring all of that to life.
Mm-hmm.
The pictures to life, and be inside, like I said, four walls, or congregating in a large area. We can all, share in this, have a shared experience. Yeah.
It's dope.
Now, Cafe with Wale, Lost, and Jeopardy with Snoop are all very, very strong single contenders. Did you set out to make an album that was full of strong, heavy hitter albums, or did that kind of just flow organically?
I like to make a journey. Like I said, that's what I came from. That's what I grew up listening to, and I just wanted to make a bunch. Yeah, definitely some strong songs, some things that spoke to me, spoke to my heart, spoke to where music is at right now. So I like to fuse all those things together, because it's just a culmination of who I am, what I've come through, and yeah, all these things all these different sounds. I like to fuse like old with new.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of consider myself, and what I've been told is like, you're like the bridge between old and new, that kind of thing. I'm a middle child, so I stand inside all that, like, truthfully. It's an honest position for me. And yeah, it just comes natural, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, for sure, I'm just trying to make the best music and challenge myself. For me, I'm trying to go past good. That's really good. It's like, okay, that's not good enough for me right now. Like, the good, that's cool. But I did good the last time. Good is something your mama say, baby, that's good. That's real good. I'm trying to make my mama and daddy proud, like, on another level. So, yeah.
You got some good music, though.
Right. I was going to say, you did it with this album for sure. You've been doing
good.
it.
Thank you.
No doubt.
Appreciate that.
And then we have to ask about the collaborations, because you have some amazing collaborations. I was happy to see Snoop twice, but talk to us a little bit about how you collaborated, how it came about with her, and some of the collaborations you decided to go with.
Yeah, so the Bonfire, which I love her smoky, that smoldering thing she got. She's perfect on that track.
Mm-hmm.
Cascade, that worked really, really well. She was, like I said, she was generous enough to come out and shoot the video with us, and then have that be a success. With her, absolutely, we're trying to. I'm such a fan of her. She hasn't even got started yet. It's just an amazing woman, producer, songwriter, musician. And I've met her. Seemed like a really, really got her head on straight. This young lady, she's She's going places for sure. I mean, and she, like I said, she's just getting started. So yeah, she sent me something, and we just produced it. I mean, it was pretty much, she wrote it, and you know, I had the song together, and I just put my little sprinklings on it just so it fits within what I'm doing. And yeah, it's amazing. I'm just really glad we got a chance to, you know, collaborate. My brother from Ghana, Kitty, amazing young talent coming up. He's just yeah, he's so killing. He's killing it right now. He's really killing it. So really honored that he's on it. You know, a connection to the continent, which is where I really want to head. You know, sooner than later. Haven't got a chance to get over there yet. So yeah, right. It's I think it's imperative that we do that. You know, touch that ground, touch that soil. So yeah, I mean, some of these things are really. Who did I miss? Wale, of course. You know. Yeah. You know, collaborating with him is always fun. You know, we go back to his Gifted album, and you know, we just kept returning favors. But we just asked, like, man, I hear you on this. This, you know, it ain't gonna be complete till you get on it. So yeah, yeah. So I really appreciate y'all digging into it. You know, it's funny because the other one, you know, Jeopardy Verbalized, the other one with Snoop talking on it. He's that has more of a 70s stylistic feel, you know. Yeah, and I gotta say, yeah, absolutely. That's why it sounds kind of older, kind of that kind of vibe. And not that song wouldn't have happened without Snoop, because it was originally it's on his you know, well, at least he told me his Lowrider project.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, because he loves soul, old soul, you know, like the old vocal groups. And so that was really inspired by him. It wouldn't have happened if that wouldn't, you know what I mean? So really, you know, shout out to him, you know. Snoop Dogg for president.
You know?
Yeah, man.
Right. Yeah. You've had so much success as a solo artist, from radio to chart success. What's been like the biggest accolade that actually surprised you that you received as a solo artist thus far?
Surprise me? I don't know. That's a heavy, broad, and loaded one. I'm not sure what has surprised me, because this thing is loaded with all kind of surprises, man. And then again, nothing surprises me because it's so crazy. You know what I mean? So I really can't answer that truthfully. You know, I can give you different things that have happened, but nothing that really stands out that's like, you know, this really surprised me. Right. Because like I said, everything I'm doing is on purpose. So I wouldn't have got into this thing if I didn't think I was some kind of good. Nobody gets into this thing. It's like, I feel I'm kind of, you know, but just, you get good to a point where it's like, okay, you sharpen your knives, you get your skill sets up. And so you're trying to, you know, create awareness for you. And I've done that with Mint. I'm doing that with myself. And so I'm just trying to, it's a competition with myself, trying to see if I can build, you know, stack up on that. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you said, what's the biggest part of me transitioning from the band to being a solo artist, right?
Yeah, the hardest part.
Hardest part. Hardest part.
The hardest difficult part.
I think I'm not sure if there was a hardest part. I think it's just me giving myself license to go into another direction. You know what I mean? It's like I've been like it's a kind of a journeyman, not only with Mint, but you know, I've been 10, 12 different bands at one time, at one point. You know, so I was like, man, before I get out of here, I have to, you know, make sure that I satisfy some of my own artistic urges. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's where it starts from. So I think that was, once I made the decision to do that, you know, so okay, let me do it, because it's like there's so many big projects I want to do, and I'm always busy doing this and that. So I was like, you know what? Let me take this moment right now. And everything started pointing. You know, the spirit told me. You know, my soul told me it was right on time. Because, you know, if you let other people control it, they're like, well, you should have did this a long time ago. I was like, no, I should have did it with time when I wanted it. You know what I mean? When it speaks to me. I think Mint it's a very necessary group. And it was the only artist out like that with the band at that time. You know what I mean? And the music speaks for itself. The legacy is intact. And you know, we've made a lot of human beings off of that music. You know, so I think that takes a compliment, and you know, inspired a lot of people, and inspired a lot of musicians, and inspired a lot of relationships. So that's really important to me. And I thought that was really good. So I'm looking to do the same right now. For me, just give myself, like I said, that license. I think just really to say, hey man, let's do the same thing you time and attention you've given to other projects, give it to yourself. Because just like, people a lot of times, just like you're giving out all this energy when they a lot of times you reflect on it, it's like, people don't take care of themselves. So that's the point I'm at in my life right now. Trying, that whole thing. So
you think some of your best work is still yet to come?
Absolutely. I'm still brick building. I'm still building a house. A brick house. Bricks and stones. I'm gathering up all kind of stuff. Yeah. It's yeah, for sure.
It's called the lyric game.
Lyric game. I don't know lyrics.
So we asked you. So we mentioned the lyrics of a song, and you get one opportunity to guess it. If not, we tell you.
Horrible. Right. I'm horrible. I don't know my own lyrics.
Everybody says that. Tishelle,
that endless love with you would be so sweet.
That endless love with you would be so sweet.
I know it too. Like, what is that? The endless love with you would be sweet. What is that? I know it. Oh Lord, I am so sorry. Dum. Oh Lord.
We'll give you the album definition of a band.
Yes. What is wrong with me, man? You're gonna have to give it to me. It's been a minute.
You want to do it, Tishelle?
Yes, on and on.
And I know that. I told you I knew it, but I didn't have to. Yeah. Wow.
That's the cut. But yeah. Okay, you good. You got 2 more chances.
Lord.
All right. Number 2. A million miles couldn't separate us. You are the spark to my love.
Yes. This is horrible. I told you. I know it and I don't know it and I don't know it and I know it. Lord.
The first solo album.
Oh wait. This is organic.
Nope.
No. Think about you.
There you go. Ding, 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 ding.
Sorry. Lord.
You got it though. Go ahead, Tishelle. Give me the line. I think we lost Tishelle.
This COVID has made a brother dumb.
All right. My quest for you was wise, and I just want you to know that.
Always, first album. Yeah.
Whoa. It wasn't so bad. You knew him.
Yes, it's in there somewhere.
See?
I'm gonna have to say also with you, Stokley, you and Charlie Wilson to me have the best teams out right now in R&B, because I just feel like as far as when it comes to promotion, when it comes to appreciating the press, y'all's teams is on it. So
thank you, man.
I wanted no problem. So I wanted to get from you, because a lot of artists ask, what is like your advice to say to a new artist? What's the important thing to think about when putting together a team?
Choose wisely. Choose a team with the right kind of spirit, with the right kind of motivation, and it's usually not based off of money. Integrity. Because I'm in it for it's a marathon, so you got to train. It's true, and finding good people is really hard. So, and that's from my band to the team working around me, folks that I've known, and folks who are tried and true. They'll reveal themselves, and some people show their ass in a way where it's like, okay, you showed enough that I know, I see what it is, and I don't need to deal with that. Let me deal with something else that's going to be more positive and really with some integrity, and just you got to have the right spirit. You know what I mean? I'll take somebody with the right spirit over somebody who's really immensely talented. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And somebody you can work with, because that's to me, that's somebody who has like immense talent. That's like a moment, a flash in the pan a lot of the times, because there's some other things that come with that. But somebody you can really work with who's a student, who's got some integrity about it, got the right kind of spirit, that you can work with that forever. You can build something with that. You know what I mean?
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so, yeah.
What would you say, as a member of Mint Condition, was your biggest accomplishment?
Oh, so many. So doggone me. I think the first time we met Stevie Wonder we always talk about that's a huge accomplishment. You know, you can talk about, the Grammy nod. You can talk about, Janet Jackson tour or the Toni Braxton tour.
Yeah.
You could talk about touring with Prince. I mean, there's so many, my goodness. I mean, and you can also talk about us. I always think about our showcases we used to do back in the day.
Right.
Before anybody knew who we were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those were just raw and rugged, and we had like 4 songs, and we used to burn them up for like 20 minutes. All with just show and showmanship, and just straight for the jugular. And I think having those moments are really, I think the big accomplishments to me, I look at it is just like something I'm really proud of. And we built something really amazing. Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense too. And then before we wrap up, I have to know, what was the best advice Prince ever gave you? Whether intentionally or, just by watching him.
Stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. Say what's inside of you, regardless of who you think's gonna throw darts at you. This is an industry. It's like you got to have some tough skin to be in this thing. And I've been in it. I'm on this journey for like 35 years so far, and God willing to have some more years. And I think just him sticking to his guns, man. People are gonna throw darts at you, and in the end, you win. Just long as I think that's the thing that people really loved about him. It's like, look, man, he is himself.
Yeah.
Black man joy all the way, start to finish, in every kick in more genres, and he fired on every cylinder. I don't like them butt out jeans. I don't like. Well, he did what he felt, and it's like, look, at that moment, that's what it was. But and then specifically saying, hey man, you've got to you have to express yourself, and you have to do that in a way where it has to be just you at some point. It's the thing he said directly to me, and I would love to be a part of that. I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, absolutely, bro. And that was supposed to be the first album, and unfortunately, his untimely death happened. So, I was a minute away from, presenting him this whole thing that I have for introducing Stokley. And it was one of the best things that never happened. So we talked about it, and just for him wanting to be a part of it.
Exactly.
It's like I want more people to know you, and really, I'm proud to be. That's why every time people call us, it's like, what you guys doing this weekend, or whatever. It's like, well, we got a gig this weekend. Give us a little bit, a little room to deal with. Like, what are you doing tomorrow? I was like, I'm flying out. I got a gig, man. Yes.
He's the man.
Yeah, he's, he'll do stuff off the cuff like that, man. It's just like no promo, no nothing. You just announce it, and it'll be 1 million people there. You know what I mean?
Them parties, we used to go after the club. They'd be like, Prince throwing one. We was heading out there.
And it'd be packed, right? Be packed.
Always.
Just like that. You don't know. And the clicker is, he may not even show up. You know what I mean?
That happened before.
Depending on how he feels. I mean, that is an artist. It's like, look, I'm not doing, he might show up and play one song. He might show up and wave and let the band play whatever it is, or let a DJ play,
Exactly.
But just being in the presence of it all, it was an excitement. He knew really how to rock that whole mysterious thing. I don't know. He just knew how to rock that, man. But I'm so thankful for him. Everything, his musical DNA is in me. There's no doubt about that.
That's fact.
And you definitely hear a lot of it on, you can definitely hear little sprinkles of it in the Sankofa release too. So Absolutely. Yeah.
All over.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Tishelle B or G.
Well, I mean, I feel like we're on the wrap up of our questions, but I guess I would like to know, since we are kind of speaking of Prince and like, you know, you being from the city, we are both from Minneapolis, Aries and I are both.
Yeah. Wait, from where you wait, South Minneapolis? St. Paul, where you?
St. Paul, me. Central and
Funny,
Fuller.
I'm from
You
St.
were?
Paul. I actually
I'm
used to
from Central area. Fuller. And
What? You too?
I
you
used
know
to
my sister Sylvia.
Sylvia, your sister?
Yep, my older sister.
Ah.
I remember you and Homer, all of us around you basketball court.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Hometown.
Yeah.
All right, hometown. Still it.
Yeah, your kids used to go to the daycare I used to work at when I was 18.
Oh wow.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, over at Yaya's?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
That was me. I probably was pregnant at the time. I was 18. I was like fresh.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay.
That was me.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is crazy. I'm looking at you now and I'm like, wow.
You remember that.
So my question for you is, being from, there's a stigma, I would say, on the industry and making it out, and the support that is given from the city. And being that you guys have done so well and you guys have received the love, what do you say to that? Do you agree or disagree that Minnesota does not support, that there is no, like, you know, speak on that for us.
Well, you already know, first of all, but okay, I'll say it, right? But the community does, of course, and it's, you know, but it's, you know, we live in middle America, which is white America, and it's, you know, it's, people consider it flyover country, so some things just fly over their head. You don't really know what they have, and you know, it's yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's, you know, we make our own way, and it's the same as, it's kind of a microcosm of like what it is out in the world, you know, like with Black folks, how we make our own way. And it's like we make our own thing. It's like, we don't care if you all don't recognize us, we recognize it. So that's how it is here, you know. And then until you go outside, oh, they went to, and they did, that's ours, you know, they went to so long. Been here for 30, I mean, come on. Yeah, so that whole, you know, it's so funny. I'll tell you, I'll share another Prince story, because I was at Paisley, and we go up into his, you know, another one of his rooms or something like that. And I seen these paintings, like, that's you painting? He's like, no, it's not me. It's like, so we're talking. And I said, because it's like it had been a while since we all had seen him, like, in a show or something like that. I was like, so when you gonna do another show, man? It's like the, you know, Excel Center, Target, whatever. He's like,
right.
So I said, well, no, I said, why don't you play more here at home? He said, the same reason you don't. I was like, oh. I was like, touche. I love that. I was like, okay, you know. So speaking to what you were talking about is interesting. So he was very aware of that too. It's a fickle thing, and we always, even with men, we always knew that there was a shelf life on the year. It's like you can't do too many concerts here. Sometimes it's like, you know, it's just like that. I don't know. Just like that. So yeah. But that was funny. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you for sharing that. I love it.
I want to say congratulations a million times. And you know, I remember when I first met Mint Condition.
Yeah.
So talk to us about the Stevie Wonder call.
Well, so the Stevie Wonder call, that happened when the song "You Send Me Swinging" was out.
Oh wow!
And and so we were doing a show for a radio station, right? And it was a rival radio station, so he couldn't come to the show, you know. But he sent a representative, and so they came and they seen us backstage. And like, man, Stevie loves the song. Like Stevie who? Stevie Jenkins? Who are you talking about? I mean, Stevie Edwards? Who are you talking about? He said, no, Stevie Wonder, you know? And so he was like, yeah, we want y'all to come to his studio. He's like, oh, cool. When? Tonight. We're like, what? Word? All right, cool. So we go back to the hotel after the show. You know, when they said, you know, he couldn't come, obviously, because it's a, you know, conflict. He's got, you know, KJLH, and, you know, I can't remember what the other station was, but it was a radio show. And so we go back to the hotel, and we're like, oh, like, man, this is crazy. This can't be true. This is crazy. It's Stevie, you know. And so we're waiting. I don't know, half an hour goes by, hour goes by, 2 hours, 3 hours. It was probably about 2 in the morning, you know, Stevie time. It's like, that's, we had to learn that. Stevie time is Stevie time. You know what I mean? Stevie time, Stevie time.
Gotta respect
you know?
it.
Stevie time, Stevie time. Right. So, yeah, we go there in Wonderland, his studio. And it is the old, we realize it's the old Nat King Cole studio, I believe, right? If I have that correct, something like that. Anyway, we go in there, and just amazing. He floats in. I swear he was floating. You know, he had on this big, beautiful African, you know, the dashiki garb thing.
Oh, yeah,
you know.
he used to always wear those. Yeah.
Oh, man. And he comes in, and we're kind of all sitting down. They said, you know, Stevie will be in a minute. And we see him coming in, floating. And he's like going down, shaking everybody's hand. I was like, wow, it's like, good to meet you, good to meet you. He got to me. He's like, I love your voice. I'm like, how did you? I mean, there's like, I'm the third, fourth person. How did you know that I was? That tripped me out, first of all. I mean, like, whatever. It could have just been, I don't know. The dude just knew. And so he's like, you guys seen the studio yet? I was like, no. So he just goes in like nothing. I mean, of course, he just knows his own path, and had a couple of pianos in there. One of the pianos he had was he had some lacquer on the keys, you know, so it had this really interesting sound. Yeah, I was like, wow, man. And then he just started playing, and then we started asking him everything under the sun. We're like, man, what were you thinking of when you did All Is Fair in Love? How are you, you know, all these different things. Well, yeah. And he was like, man, that was something I had in a dream. It was far better in a dream than it was. And it came out, yeah. It's like crazy. Then he started singing like one of our songs, and I just kind of froze, you know. It was just like, this dude singing to me, wanted me to sing with him. And I was like, he was like, nothing would come out, you know. And then he was like, oh, you're kind of shy. I was like, I wanted to say, no, I'm not, but I didn't even come out. I was like, it's you. I was like, man, just give me a moment, dude. I'm like, hey, you know, you're here, we're in your studio. I mean, to hold the piano. It's like, give me a second. This is a lot. It's a lot, man. Yeah. So, I mean, it was an amazing, amazing moment. And ever since then, you know, we've had a chance to hang out with him and, you know, go to dinner. And, you know, every time we come, every time I've seen it, it's like, you know, I got a song for you. You know, it's like, okay. I'm like, man, come to find out, you know, people who he likes, he tells, you know, people he like, he to tell them all that. You know what I mean? Always tell them that. But I mean, he's just an amazing, you know, dude. He just, I did his station last year. It had to be the year before this, on this, you know, this whole h.e.r round, and he called in and said some really, really complimentary things. And just again, it's like the first time I meet him. Every time I see him, speaking,
that sounds beautiful.
It's just amazing. So knowing him and just having those accolades from him, you know, with Mint, we always say that's like winning a Grammy, because he's just like the pinnacle, you know, of musicality, of spirit, of integrity. You're talking about a man who took 5 years off his career, stopped to get the Martin Luther King bill passed.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, what he represents is even bigger than music to me. So I mean, it's just, he is like probably one of our last. I don't know who's, you know, Whitney's gone, Prince is gone, you know, others are gone. He's one of our last national treasures of that time.
Yeah.
That came about, of that magnitude. You know what I mean? So
exactly. Yeah.
We all hold him in high regard. So I mean, that was just a moment. So that's what that call was. It was just, you know, hold that always right here, close to my heart.
All right. Before we wrap up, was there anything else you want to leave with your fans, let them know about, any encouraging words for this pandemic?
Just hang in there, y'all. Sonic Healer is trying to heal you and trying to, use this sonic therapy on you. Those of you who don't know who I am, might be some people I don't know. I'm Stokley. Go to Stokley Official. That's Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Check out what it is that I do. Hopefully it resonates with you. iStokley.com, ISTOKLEY.com. I have some swag pretty soon: t-shirts, hats, hoodies, etc., etc. I do this thing called Walk with Stoke on the weekends, like Saturday morning, Friday nights. Yeah, do that from like 12:30, 6 in the morning, where I'm just playing music, that I love, and inviting fans, and we're just fellowshipping and having a good time and trying to have this musical therapy. And it's a great thing. And while we're doing that, I'm like, I always tell people, like, if you want to get some chips, there's a chip company I'm working with called Symphony Chips out of Atlanta. Amazing. They got original flavor. They got this smoke flavor, which is bomb. It tastes like they put that sucker on the grill, man.
Okay.
Symphony Chips is available in certain regions in Target and but yeah, go to symphonychips.com. Amazing. They got a balsamic flavor too, if you like salt and vinegar, that kind of thing. So, but flavorful, amazing. That's me in a nutshell. I love your fans. Appreciate you. Stay tuned for the Sankofa release. It's a journey. We're going to take this together. I'm going to keep poking and prodding you and sharing what I do and, take you along on the ride with me. Blessings to you and your family.